Hey guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to build a blog with Spring Boot starting from scratch. Let's do this. File, New, Project. We're going to select Spring Initializer and select Next. We're going to write blog, write a group. My group is this one. And we're going to select a simple blog with Spring Boot. We can leave this other things as is. I'm gonna select, for now, we're gonna select just web, JPA, H2, and I think we're good to go. Afterwards, we're gonna go with security as well, and probably some other stuff. Let's start with this simple configuration. Call this blog, save it whatever you want, and open it up. And there we go. So the first thing we want to do, we're going to open this up. We can see our Maven POM file. We have a few dependencies, which are the ones we selected before. The first thing we want to do is check out the blog application class. It has a notation Spring Boot application, and we have a Spring application run. This is a Spring application is a class that is imported straight from the boot package, and we have this method run, which is of course a static one. The first thing we want to do is create a new package, and we're gonna call this controllers. And we're going to create a new Java class called blog controller. This is going to be our REST controller. So we're going to annotate this as REST controller. And we're going to create a get mapping like so. Public void, let's say index. And we're going to do return index. Of course, I'm not going to select void if I do a return statement. So let's do string and annotate this as get mapping with a value of slash. There we go. Let's try this out. Start our server. Once our server is booted up, as you can see down here, we have initializing Spring and other few other messages. So we're gonna open up our browser, which is Chrome, and indeed we have localhost 8080 index. Let's now create an entity, so package, so new package entities, and we're gonna create a post entity. So first thing we want to do is annotate this class as an entity. Then we're going to create an ID to identify a unique ID for this particular entity. So we're going to do private long ID. We're going to select, we're going to use a couple of annotations, which are ID, and we're going to use generated value, and let us use a generation type auto. Then we're gonna have a couple of things more, which are private string title, private string body, and yeah, I think this is it for now. Title, body, and maybe a date, but yeah. Yeah, probably a date. Private date. And there we go. Date created. Creation date. Nah, I like date created more maybe. Okay, we're gonna use a constructor with no arguments, and then getters and setters for each of those. And here we have our post class. Once we are done with our post class, we're gonna create a new package called this repositories and create a post repo, which is gonna actually it's gonna be an interface post repository, and we're gonna do something along the lines of extends JPA repo post and long. What does it mean? It means that it's extending the JPA repo interface, and that's the it's gonna work with a class, an entity of type post, which is the one we created before, and it's gonna use a long as identifier, which is the one we created before, this long ID right here. We can use a few methods, but for now, we don't mind. We're gonna create a service package, which is gonna interact with our repo. So we're gonna select service. Let's call this post service and mark it as service. I probably forgot to annotate this as repository. There we go. The post is correctly annotated as entity. This is a service. So it has a private post repository, and this is gonna be auto wired. And there we have it. And we're gonna do something along the lines of public get all posts. It's gonna return a list of posts, and it's gonna do something like return post repository find all, and there we go. Now that we are all set to start, we're gonna go back on the block controller. We're gonna create a post service. We're gonna make it private. We're gonna auto wire this, and we're gonna create a new get mapping, which we're gonna call posts. And we're gonna do public list of posts. So it's gonna return a list of posts, and it's gonna be mapped to the path localhost/posts, and it's gonna return post service get all posts. And there you have it. Once we're done with all this, we can try this out. So we're gonna refresh. Well, actually, before trying this out, we have to insert some posts. So to do this, I'm gonna create a public void publish post. It's gonna accept post, and we're gonna do something along the lines of post mapping, which is gonna be a value of post. And what we're gonna do is post service insert post. We're gonna create a method which is gonna do post repo save post. And there you go. The only thing left we have to make sure is that in the block controller, this one is mapped as request body. There we go. We can now try this out real quick. Open Postman, which is a Chrome extension that I have right here. Refresh the server, stop and rerun. So once you have refreshed the server, we are going to create a new tab, and we're going to try and do a localhost 8080 request to posts and send. Seems like the server is not up yet, or it didn't compile. Yeah, actually didn't. So the problem is, let's check it out together. Invocation of init method failed. Annotation exception, no identifier specified for entity post, which is interesting since I'm fairly sure that I actually did set up an identifier right here. So it is weird. I'm gonna try again. Seems like it's not working at all. Oh, there we go. Probably the problem being is that I am using the ID from Spring Framework data annotation ID. Let me try and import from Java X persistence and rerun the server and see if this now works. Indeed, it did work right now. So back to Postman. Back to our get request, we're going to select send, and we have an empty array, as expected actually. So right now we have to make a post request. So we're going to select post. We're going to go onto body and let's do this. Select raw, select JSON application, and let's try to do something along the lines of this. So we have to provide a title, and we're gonna select my first blog post. We provide a body, which is hey there, what is up? And we provide a date, which is today. So actually, we can maybe avoid to do this at all. Oops, remove this and try again. So we have no response. Let's try again the get request, send, and there you go. You have an ID of one, title, my first blog post, and hey there, what is up? We have a date created to null, which is because we didn't set up the current date. We're gonna fix this right now. So what you want to do, there are a couple of ways to do this. I'm gonna do this straight from the controller. So we have insert post. What we want to do is if post get date created is equal to null, we're gonna do post set date created to new date. Try this out again, refreshing the server. Okay, and go back to, actually we have to open Postman. We're gonna send a post request and then a get request, and we have date created with a timestamp that we will have to pass in the view that we'll build later. Let's try another post. Get again, and there you go. We have different IDs, different timestamps, same title and body, of course. This is it for today, for this first lesson, for this first tutorial. So let's wrap it up and check out what we did. First, we created a controller, which right now is a get request, a couple of get requests to index page, a post, and a post request to the post. We created an entity, which is our post entity. We have a repo and a post service. The blog application will run, and we tested it with Postman. Thank you for watching and have a good one.